Welcome to day 25 of our 30-day yoga challenge. Today is another back bending focus day. Since we are later on in the challenge, we're going to build up to more challenging poses. Of course, there's always the option to keep this as gentle and accessible as you please. Back bending consists of opening up through the front line of the body and strengthening through the back line of the body. So that's what you can expect in today's class. We are gonna get started in a child's resting pose. Come and meet me there. Knees can be wide, toes together. Reach the hips back as far as they'll go. As you reach the fingers as far forward as they'll go. Opposite directions that the body is reaching in, opening, lengthening. Start to slow your breath. Rib cage expands with every inhale, and the lungs completely deflate with the exhale. With every exhale, you can also think about implementing your mula bandha, that pelvic lock. Think of it like a Kegel squeeze. And then inhale, relax and open everything up. Exhale, closing everything in. Inhale to expand. On your next inhale, tuck your chin as you pull forward, rounding through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Lower the hips, and then lift the gaze. Elbows can be bent. Maybe bring the hands a little bit more in front of you. Lengthen through the tailbone. A really gentle upward facing dog to start. Glutes are engaged. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then melt the heart down. Bring the right forearm in front of you. Look past the left shoulder, bend through the left leg. Using your hand or a strap, pulling the heel closer towards the bum or just on the outside of the hip. Keep lengthening through the tailbone to feel even more of a stretch through the left hip flexor and the left quad. Gently release. And now, without using the hand, try to squeeze the heel in towards the bum. Using the hand, we're lengthening through the front line. And without using the hand, we're now strengthening through the glute, through the hamstring. Keep squeezing it in. 3, 2, 1. The hamstring seizes or cramps up a little bit. That's okay, it happens to me too. Use the hand. So now we're lengthening through the quad muscle again. Release with the hand. Squeeze using the strength of the hamstring to try to bring the heel even closer. And release on that side. Left forearm comes in front. Look past the right shoulder. Bend through the right leg with the strap or your hand. Pushing the heel closer. You might also feel a stretch along the right shoulder and chest, which is great because we also need to be open through the upper body for our back bends. Slowly releasing the foot with the hand and use the hamstring and the glute to squeeze everything. Try to get the heel closer towards the bum. Hold 3, 2, 1. Hand to foot, lengthen through the quads. And gently release. Last round of strengthening. Squeeze the hamstring. 3, 2, 1. Release that foot down. Lower the arms out to the side. Lift the chest. Lift the head. Lengthen through the tailbone. Coming back to our YWTs. Extend the arms overhead, creating a Y shape. Pull the elbows down for a W, and then open up for a T. Swim the arms down, creating a diamond with the hands lifted up off of the lower back, and reverse. T, W, Y, Y, W, T. Swim the arms down and back to T, W, Y. Lower everything down. Bring right ear in contact with the mat. Relax everything through the back line of the body. Bend through both legs, flex through the feet. Arms come out for cactus arms. Getting set up for skydiver. Let's lift everything up. Knees, elbows lift up off of the mat. And slowly lower left ear in contact with the mat. And let everything go. Bring the gaze down towards your mat, arms down by your sides. Bend through both legs, toes are pointed this time. Grab the tops of the feet or wherever works for you. Maybe you need a strap. Once you've got a good grip, kick up. Kick the feet into the hands. Lift everything up as much as you can. Squeeze the knees together a little bit more, and then slowly, without slingshotting out of it, come all the way down. Push through the hands to come into a tabletop position. Taking a break from working into the back body strength to open up through the arms and shoulders a little bit more. Knife edge of the right hand reaches for top opposite corner of the mat, lower down to the left forearm, melt everything down. And push all the way up, other side.
Back up through center. Grip the top edge of the mat. Readjust on your mat if need be. Lower the chest down for puppy pose. Chin might come in contact with the mat. And push through the palms to come up. Lower to the elbows. Tent through the fingertips so palms are not touching. And then pull the chest through. Maybe walk the elbows a little bit more forward, opening up even more through the shoulders. You can bend so that the thumbs come to touch the neck, and then lift up. Keep melting the chest down. Push through the elbows and to come all the way up. And double up your mat. And knees come on to the extra padding. Tuck the toes, starting with half camel. Camel on one side. So left hand to left heel, push the hips forward to start. Squeeze through the glutes, lengthen the tailbone. And then right arm reaches overhead. Using strength to come all the way up, other side. Hips push forward, left arm reaches overhead. All the way up. Stick with that. If you want to make this a little bit deeper of a back bend, untuck the toes so that you have farther to reach back. Push the hips forward, and then right arm reaches overhead. Up through center, and slowly but surely. And come to the other side. Push the hips forward. Left arm reaches up. All the way up. Sit the bum down on the heels. Unravel the mat and come to meet me on all fours. Pick up the left leg, toes are pointed. Let the belly drop. So this is more of a back bend. Think of a cow-shaped spine. If you've got the balance, maybe just starting with tenting the right fingers, and then maybe reaching back for the left foot with the right hand, kicking the foot into the hand, kicking higher and higher. Slowly release. Other side, right leg picks up. Create a cow-shaped spine. And then maybe tent the left fingertips to help with your balance. And if the balance is there, reach for the foot and kick foot into hand. Slowly release. Plant the hands near the top of the mat, tuck your toes, come into a plank. Right knee to chest, lower the knee down.
Untuck the back toe, look behind you, make sure the leg is straight, ankle is straight rather than sickling in. Both hands can come to the inside of the right knee. Bend through the back leg. You might need to adjust the knee on your mat and look past the left shoulder. With a strap or your hand, reach for the left foot. We'll make this a quad stretch to start, using the hand to pull the heel in, pulling the heel in closer towards the bum. Option to stick with mermaid if you want to explore king pigeon. Release the foot, flex through the foot, and then with the thumb on the sole of the foot, fingers on the top of the foot, as you point your toe, your elbow pulls away and then up. This is flipping our grip. Right hand can be out to the side to help with balance. You can keep the chin tucked or let the head go. If balance is there, you can also pick up the right arm and reach it overhead as well. Slowly release from mermaid or king pigeon. Frame the front knee, push the mat away, reintegrating the core after that deep back bend. Step the right foot back, left knee comes in, lower down for pigeon. Check back on that back leg and ankle, everything is straight. Both hands are on the inside of the left knee. And then bending through the back leg, making whatever adjustments you need to be comfortable. With a strap or your hand, pull the heel closer in, feeling that stretch along the right quad. Option to remain in mermaid, or if you want to explore king pigeon, flex through the right foot. Right thumb is on the sole while the fingers are on the top of the foot. As we point through the foot, the elbow reaches away and then up as we shift our gaze and square our chest up towards the top of the mat. Option to stay right here, or maybe you can pick up the left hand and drop the gaze back. Slowly release. Frame the front knee, engage the core as we pick everything up. Notice how that feels along the spine. Move slow. Settle the left knee down and the right. Swing the feet out, around in front of you. Cross the right ankle on top of the left knee. Enjoy a hip stretch for our seated figure four. Flexing through this top right foot. Always the option to stay right here or to get some strength building. Ground down through the left foot. Lift and lower the hips. Last one, lift and lower all the way down. Switch out the legs. Enjoy your hip stretch. And pushing through the right foot, lift the hips and lower. Last one, lift and lower all the way down. Laying down on your back, legs are bent, Arms extended by the sides, and you should be able to graze your heels with your fingertips. Tuck chin a little bit more in towards the chest. And then lengthening through the tailbones like a dog tucking its tail between its legs. And tailbone lifts up off the mat. And then one vertebrae at a time while pushing through the feet. Lift up, lift the hips as high as you can, striving to get the chin and the chest in contact. You can walk the shoulder blades underneath you and bring the hands underneath to lift the hips even more. Release the hands, but keep the hips lifted. Untuck the shoulder blades, and then one vertebrae at a time. Coming all the way down. Windshield wiper the knees. Next round, you can stick with bridge pose, or if you want to start exploring wheel. We'll come first into a supported wheel with head in contact with the mat, and then from there, if you're able to push up, then by all means, go ahead and do so. Hands are on either side of the head. Ground down, pushing through hands and feet. Lift everything up. Top of the head comes in contact with the mat. Option to stay here, or if you already feel ready, push through the hands. Maybe the head only lifts an inch or so off the mat, and that's fine. Don't worry about coming to your depth for wheel. This is just our first round. Tuck your chin, lower all the way down. Whatever variation you are in, windshield wiper. And 2 more rounds of bridge and or wheel. For these next 2, if you remember from our last back bending class, the different variations we did in wheel. So for this round, maybe you push through the feet to straighten the legs, bringing your chest and shoulders stacked over the wrist even more. There's the option to walk the hands and feet closer in towards one another, tightening up your wheel. Or you can extend one leg at a time, 3-legged wheel, alien wheel. So many options. Make a mental note of what variations you would like to do for these next 2 rounds. And then we're going to get into it. For this one, I'm going to be straightening my legs. Let's everyone lift up. Maybe you're still enjoying bridge. Maybe you're just enjoying a head-supported wheel. That's beautiful. If you're straightening through the legs, squeeze through the glutes. You can keep the chin tucked or release the head. Push through the hands. Try to get the elbows as straight as possible too. Really bringing this into the thoracic spine. When you're ready, tuck the chin slowly with control. Come all the way out. Let everything come back to a point of equilibrium. And windshield wiper left and right. For our 4th and final round, I'll be walking my hands and feet in closer towards one another, but again, you are free to do whatever variation suits you. Let's everyone get set up and pushing all the way up. From the toes, I'm walking my feet closer towards the hands. Wherever you are, try to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tuck the chin. Slowly come all the way down. Lower the hips. Windshield wiper the knees side to side. Massage the forearms and the wrists. Giving ourselves that wrist love if you were doing wheel. Because again, that's a lot of weight on this small joint that isn't used to a lot of weight bearing. Our final challenges for today's class are going to be flipping our dog all the way into wheel. So think wild thing and then all the way into wheel. If you're not at the point of flipping all the way to wheel, then simply explore wild thing. And after that, we're going to be playing around with around the worlds. And I'll explain that and give a beginner option for that as well. For those not yet ready to play around with the full movement, we'll start by practicing just the transition on the hands, because that can be pretty challenging. So come to a wall, fingers are pointing up, you're on your knees. If you need a little bit more padding for the knees, then by all means. With the left hand in contact with the wall, I'm turning my body towards the right. From here, bend your elbow a bit and swivel so the heel of your palm lifts up. So it's just the fingertips swiveling, so the elbow points up, and then see if you can look back at the wall. Come back around and do that a couple times. One more time on this side. Back up, and other side. Right hand in contact with the wall, turn your body away, and then swivel on the fingertips, elbow points up, look at the wall, come back. 2 more times. Move as slow as you need. And back up. So that's the movement pattern that we'll be doing for around the world. Also did for flipping our dog. You can keep practicing this. You can also practice bringing both hands onto the wall and then coming out the other side, because that's what we'll be doing for around the world. Everyone come to meet me in a downward facing dog. I'm going to be starting with my right leg, so I'm moving a little bit more to the right side of the mat. Right leg comes up, 3-legged dog. Bend through the leg, open up through the hips, and then swiveling on your left foot, lower the right toes down for wild thing. Option to stay right here. If you want to try coming into wheel pose, swivel on your feet so that your lower section is it's like it's in a reverse tabletop. From there, we bend through the left arm until the right hand can come down. From this one, we'll just lower down as we ease into it. Take a breather. And then by whatever means necessary, find your way back into downward facing dog for the other side. Left leg comes up this time. Bend through the left leg, open through the hips. If it was hard to swivel on the hand on the other side, with the right hand, turn your fingers so they're pointing more towards the right side as you come down into wild things. So the fingers are no longer pointing towards the top of the mat, they're pointing towards the side. From here, plant the feet, legs are bent, and then see if you can reach back with the left hand. Maybe you try and fall and fail. That's all part of the process. And wherever you are, if you're not already down on the mat, slowly coming down. And give yourself some wrist love. And coming to a seated position. If you are looking to explore around the world, come to start
in our yogic squat. Starting with the left side, our left hand comes behind us. Fingers are pointed more towards the inside of the mat so that the hand doesn't have to swivel as much. Reach all the way around and then come out the other side. So push through the right hand and circle around. I find coming out of it is harder than getting into it. So if you fell, if you struggled, if you couldn't do it, that's okay. Even coming into it is hard. So if you couldn't quite come into it, it takes time and practice. Let's do the other side. Right hand comes down. Swivel, lift the hips, and then push through the left hand to come all the way out. Back to our malasana. Wrist love. Make two fists, interlock the knuckles, elbows down, and then straighten the arms as much as you can. Lift and lower. Switch which knuckle is in front. Keep the fist as tight as possible. You won't be able to straighten the arms as much, but you'll get an even greater stretch. Let's start to relieve our back after all of that. We're going to reintegrate the core with some core exercises. We'll begin with heels to heaven. Extend both legs up, flex through the feet, arms down by the side. You can lift the head and shoulders. This is a small movement. Think of the area below the belly button. Lift the heels up. If the legs are swinging back overhead too much, you're doing too much. Keep the legs as straight as possible for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Keep the knees in towards the chest. Head is all the way down. I'm not rounding too much through the spine yet. Let's bring hands to either side of the ears, lift up the head and the chest. We'll do 5 bicycles on each side. So left elbow to right knee and switch. That was 1, this is 2. 3, moving slowly and mindfully. 4, 5. Slowly settle down. Bring the right knee in towards the chest, wrap the arm around, hug it in as much as you can as you extend through the left leg. Tuck your chin in towards your chest, trying to get as many vertebrae in contact with the mat as possible. Switch out the legs, hug the left leg in, and extend through the right. Bring the right knee in, ankles remain side by side, reach for opposite elbows. Big, deep breaths. You can extend legs up towards the ceiling and stay right here. Or you're welcome to come into shoulder stand. If plow or noise canceling is calling out to you, then by all means go ahead.
Option to lower down gently, or if you want a fun little transition, split the legs apart. I've got my right leg overhead, and then I'm bending through my left leg, using the hands to help keep the hips lifted, lower down onto the left toes, and come all the way down. And because I like to do things on both sides, let's come back into our shoulder stand. Hold it for a moment. Then split the legs again, but switching sides. So I've got my left leg coming towards my face, bending through the right leg. Use the hands, keep the hips lifted, lower down onto the right toes. Left leg remains extended as we lower all the way down. Gentle twist, knees fall over to the right, arms are in cactus. Turn the head, looking past the left arm. Suck belly button in towards spine. Come up through center, square everything up, and then the knees to the left, gaze to the right. Suck belly button in towards spine. From here, roll over into a fetal position. Eyes are closed. Thank yourself for putting in the effort today, and for exploring with curiosity and free from judgment, and having fun with our failures, being determined to try again. I implore you to stay in this final resting pose for as long as you may need. Backbending can be very strenuous on the nervous system. I hope to see you again tomorrow. And in closing, we say, Namaste.